guys, Andrew Bainey here, and on today's video we are going to be taking a look at the Sterling by Music Man CT50HSS. So this is Sterling's best value guitar in my opinion. It comes in right around the $500 US mark, which is their second cheapest option. I know in the unboxing video I said it was the cheapest. I was wrong, my bad, but it is quite affordable again at $500. This one also comes in a variety of different finishes. The one that I have here is the Fire Mist Silver finish, which I think looks great. It's also the HSS version, which means that it has a humbucker in the bridge, but you can get it in an SSS version as well if you want 3 single coils for more of a Strat type thing. But since I play metal, of course, I wanted to stick with that humbucker. So I currently have this guitar set up to drop D. We're going to be going over the specs of this instrument as well as individual sound clips of the clean tone, crunch tone, lead tone, and rhythm tone, of course. But before all of that, I always like to show you guys what this guitar sounds like in a full demo mix. So we're going to go right into that. Again, this guitar is tuned to drop D, and this is a very short song I wrote. All guitar tones are coming out of this guitar and various other things which will be mentioned on the screen as they happen. So with that being said, this is what the CT50 sounds like in a full demo mix. Okay, now that I've shown you how this guitar sounds in a full demo mix, we're going to talk about the specs of this instrument and then move on to those soloed tone clips. So, with that being said, this guitar has some pretty cool features for the price. So again, this is a $500 US guitar, and for $500 you are getting a roasted maple neck, roasted maple fretboard, and locking tuners, which are the big features that make this guitar stand apart. Those features are usually reserved for much higher price range of guitars, so it's really cool to see it on a guitar like this. And honestly, the highlight of this guitar, in my opinion, is the neck for sure. So I'm really happy that they added that roasted maple neck on there because it feels and looks absolutely awesome. But other than that, the guitar also has a poplar body. This one also has a humbucker bridge pickup and then a single middle and single neck pickup. Again, you can get this in a single configuration. Again, this is the Fire Mist Silver finish. It does also come in 3 other finishes with this pickup configuration. The controls are pretty simple. It just has a single tone, single volume, and a 5-way pickup selector. And last but not least, I just want to mention that the hardware on this guitar is all proprietary hardware from Sterling. So the pickups, the bridge, and the tuners are all just Sterling's in-house brand. They're not any brand name hardware. So that pretty much covers it for the specs of this instrument. Like I said, it's pretty simple, but again, packs quite a punch for the price range. Okay, so now that I've told you guys about the specs of this instrument, we are going to go on to some soloed tone clips. So we're going to start out with the clean tone, crunch tone, lead tone, and then a rhythm tone, and that all sounds like this. Okay, and now last but not least are, of course, my thoughts on this instrument. So I know this video is sponsored by Stribling, but with that in mind, I try my hardest to not be biased when it comes to these types of videos. So again, here are my thoughts on this instrument. As I was mentioning earlier, the highlight of this guitar is definitely the neck and locking tuners. Again, usually you don't find that at a price point of around $500, so I think that's really cool. And the neck on this guitar feels awesome. Everything about it feels great. I love the natural feeling satin back of neck. It looks and feels just awesome. Seriously, the neck is definitely the highlight. The pickups are okay. They're definitely not fantastic, but again, they're in-house brand and it's a $500 guitar, so I think it's perfectly acceptable. And as always, the pickups are the easiest thing to swap out of a guitar anyways, so not that big of a deal. They could be a little bit better, but they're certainly not terrible. I feel like they're pretty appropriate for this price point. The bridge is good for the most part. If you dive bomb it really hard, it definitely does go a little out of tune. So it's a little more suitable just to do slight little flutters here and there, but I definitely wouldn't be using it like a whammy bar where you're pushing it all the way into the guitar because it will probably go out of tune. But in normal use, when you're not just absolutely dive bombing it, it stays in tune really well, so that's good enough. Okay, so last but not least is the fit and finish of this guitar. As I've been mentioning throughout this video, the feel of this guitar is awesome. Again, I really love the neck. That is the highlight for sure. The finish of the guitar is also really cool. I love this fire mist silver finish. And again, like I said, there's a couple other finishes that looked really good too. I was super tempted to get rose gold, but I had to go with silver. But yeah, the finish on this one looks great as well. There is a very small hairline crack near the neck pocket, which might have happened in shipping if the neck was like hit in a certain way. It doesn't affect playability at all. Like I said, the neck still feels great. Everything's in tune, everything is level. Just a very small crack in the paint, which can sometimes happen if the neck gets bumped or something like that. If this happens to your guitar, I mean, Stribling also has a 30-day return policy, so if you cannot live with a very small thing like this, you can always return it if you want. Or of course, if you're going to check them out in your local stores, you can investigate the finish for yourself. That was really the only thing I could find with this. But with that being said, everything else feels great. Again, as I keep saying, the neck is the highlight. There's no sharp fret ends. Everything stayed in tune across the board. There's no like dead notes or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's pretty good for the price. Okay, so that's all I have to say for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to learn more about this guitar, go check out the links in the description or the pinned comment. I want to give a big thank you to Stribling for sponsoring this video and sending over this guitar. It's a really cool one, and it's nice every once in a while to have a guitar in E standard / drop D. Obviously, it's not a tuning that I personally use that much, but it's good to have. So again, if you guys want to learn any more about this guitar, go check out those links. A big thank you to all my Patreon members whose names are on the screen at this point in time. Patreon members can get audio downloads, stems, guitar tabs, or a shout out on the screen depending on your tier. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go check out my Patreon. That's also going to be linked in the description below. That's all I got to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.